Cybercrimes in rural areas have seen a staggering rise in the past 2 years, nearly doubling between 2022 and 2024. In 2022, rural areas reported 880 cybercrime cases. Fast forward now to 2024 and that number has jumped to over 1,600 cases. Guess what? Even tribal regions, which saw only one cybercrime case in 2023, are now grappling with 12 cases in 2024. I mean, don't think I'm sitting on judgment or being patronizing. I'm very happy that, mobile phones are now available to everybody, but crime, that's what is surprising. Experts point out to the growing usage of digital media as a key factor behind this surge. M.A. Salim, the DGP of the Criminal Investigation Department, said, wherever there's internet connectivity, there's a potential for cybercrime. I don't agree. Technology needn't mean that there should be crime. There has to be awareness. Experts say cybercriminals often target victims randomly. They call random numbers and anyone who answers is at risk. The rise in internet use and greater awareness about reporting these crimes have also contributed to the surge in cases. Officials report that rural areas are experiencing crime similar to urban areas, with scams involving part-time jobs, blackmail using morphed images and fraudulent schemes promising benefits from government programs. In one tragic incident, an elderly couple in Belagavi, Karnataka, took their own lives, fearing digital arrest following a cybercrime scam. Look at this, there is social stigma about it. The state government has taken action and introduced measures like awareness camps in schools and colleges, as well as distributing pamphlets to educate rural population on cybercrimes. But the question remains, how can authorities better protect vulnerable communities in this digital age? My guest to speak on this matter today, N.A. Vijay Shankar, who's founder chairperson of Digital Society of Foundation, and Kanishk Gaud, data privacy and cyber security expert. A very warm welcome to both of you. Let me first start with Mr. Vijay Shankar. Mr. Vijay Shankar, there are movies and series on how these frauds happen, and my God, everyone is so adept at handling this. But the point of the matter is that what I don't agree with the police is wherever there is connectivity, internet, crimes will happen. Sorry, technology it's a double-edged sword, sir, Mr. Vijay Shankar. It can be used either ways. Do you agree that if there is technology, and particularly in a case like this, where the cases have doubled in rural areas in the past 2 years, I mean, it's a natural corollary for this to happen, Mr. Vijay Shankar?
There are two specific reasons. One is, of course, as you just quoted the police. Yes, the increasing use of digital media for various transactions has to naturally have an effect. It is like if traffic increases on the road, the possibility of accidents also will increase. Second is that government, at least at the central level, has made it easy for people to report cyber crimes. Today, you can just pick up a phone and 1930, if you call, your cyber crime will be registered. And if you are a little more literate, you can also file the complaint through the cybercrime.gov.in. So there, this could be just a perception that the cybercrime has increased because the reported cyber crimes might have increased. Okay, 800 to 1,600 is really not, in my view, alarming, considering that there are number of crimes which are unreported. Okay, see, when you only hear cyber crimes where the people have lost lakhs of rupees or say crores of rupees, whether it is digital arrest or something else. There are hundreds of people who lose 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. No bank is even registering their complaint, and that will not be going to
No,
police
sir. No, sir. I don't agree. Any crime is crime, whether it's 1 or 2 or 10. And also, just because others are not registering it doesn't mean that cyber crime should happen. I'm sorry, I don't agree. There are old people who are involved in this. These people are vulnerable. Kanish God, come in here, please. Kanish God, if I call you just now, from NCR, it will be Savdhan. अगर आपको कोई फ़ोन करता है, I get it in Hindi, I'm sure People in Bengaluru get it in Kannada, Tamil Nadu in Tamil, and respective languages, so on and so forth. We have become very vulnerable because our life depends on this little instrument which has become an appendage in our lives. Kanish God, don't you think that cyber crimes often happen with those who are vulnerable? It's not that, because it's happened with me in the same, no crime, but an attempt, but I have averted it because I know about it. Come in here, Kanish God. What do you think about rural area? Is it because people have this but are not aware of it can have these repercussions as well? Kanishk.
See, the cyber crime started with the cities, and now since they have duped people in the cities, and people have been become aware about their techniques, tactics, tricks, the games, the mind games which the cyber criminals play. Now they are trying to go to the hinterland. Unfortunately, in India, people in the hinterland, people who are in villages are unaware about how to keep themselves safe online. They have never been told that someone is going to send them a malicious link or offer them a job and ask them that you will be paid 200 rupees in your bank account initially, and then money will be taken out from your digital wallet or your UPI, and you will lose thousands of rupees which are there, or even lakhs of rupees. So it's clearly because we have built up digital systems, but we have never built the awareness on how people can keep themselves safe online. The vulnerable group in this country has been ignored completely on how to keep themselves safe, whether it is our elderly, whether it is adolescents, whether it is children. And people in the rural areas are susceptible to maximum number of cyber security frauds. And it is happening right now because there is a big cyber militia army sitting not just in Jamtara, Mewat, or Noor. They are sitting outside the border in countries like Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, and they are duping our innocent civilians. What
See,
is
and
lacking is the capacity in this country to counter frauds. Now, if you call 1930, there is a 80% probability you will not be able to get through that line. And
absolutely.
if you go,
Someone just told me that, on the WhatsApp that there is no response.
you won't be able to get through. If you try, go and register on cybercrime.gov.in, there is a 80%, 85% probability you will not be able to complete registering the complaint because the system would not be able to respond to you or will throw up errors which you will not be able to fulfill. Now,
Right.
the system is designed in a way that it is not very user friendly. So 95% of the population in this country gets frustrated and gives up. Now, forget if you are not able to register a complaint online, you go to a police station. The police person is not trained. He said, I already have 20,000 complaints lined up. What is so special about your complaint that I should investigate it? You have lost so money. You are foolish. It is your mistake. Forget. Don't. So the cops also don't encourage you to register the complaint. So
Yeah, right.
unfortunately, we
Yeah.
haven't built up capacity.
Yeah, Mr. Vijay Shankar, it's very clear, sir. What just now Kanish God said is that it doesn't work. So what is the way out? It's like if I will be attacked by some men sitting outside, the only way to counter them is to be more defensive. I mean, I will see to it that I have enough of ammo with me so that I can secure myself. Safety and security is more important. Where is the awareness? These poor
No, no,
people, no, sir, wait a minute. My vegetable vendor, whom I respect a lot, he's my guardian angel, has a phone, but he can only do limited things on the phone. Like the other day, he said someone sent him a link and said, click on this, there is a lottery. I said, don't do it. Are you crazy? Don't do it. The awareness is zero. Otherwise, that elderly couple in Karnataka, they were ashamed because relatives will find out. Where is the
no,
awareness?
no, I fully agree with what you're saying. Awareness is definitely one of the methods through which we can reduce the incidence of cyber crimes. But how do we get this awareness? Now, it is through programs like what you are running, the TV medium, which has to reach out to the rural audience. Today, it's a question of time. Say, first, people adopt digital means and then they learn the problems. And in that process, we are now traversing a particular time of development where these things are happening. And how do we actually make your vegetable vendor be aware of this digital arrest, or don't click on a link, there will be a malicious code. This is a continuous exercise. We have to continue doing that. And probably when we see some, say, TV serials, we see some movies in which cyber crimes have been used as a theme, I think the
Mr.
awareness
Vijay
is
Shankar, I am only reminded of all of us went through COVID. How do you think all of us became aware? Not just you, me, and also Mr. Gaud, but everyone in this country. Wear a mask, sanitize your hands, do not go to crowded places. If someone is coughing around you, avoid. It is because there was huge awareness and there was a fear perception. Oh my God! Kanish God, where is the fear? Where are the convictions? I have statistics here, I have statistics here where the conviction limit are actually zero. In 2022, 880 cases, which increased in 1600 cases, but the thing is that there are no convictions which are happening. The cases go there, but then nothing happens. So everyone is doing it with impunity. Don't you think there has to be a fear of God? Only then will there be awareness, because nothing works like a bit of paranoia. Kanishk, what do you think?
So, apart from fear of God, there has to be fear of law. Unfortunately, in this country, the cyber criminals don't fear the law because they know they will be able to get away. The Indian IT Act is outdated, and putting someone behind bars for doing any cyber crime, they don't fear. So, I have dealt with cyber criminals and I told them that I'll get you arrested. They said, get me arrested, I'll get a bail, and no one will be able to get me in again. So, the laws in the cyber space are extremely weak. That is something which needs to be worked on. The Indian IT Act is outdated. We don't have our new data protection law. We don't have a Digital India Act, which has been promised. So we are completely behind when it comes to deterrence of cyber criminals. So nobody fears the law. The only thing is we have the new BNS, which can be used. But for cybercrime, you need specialized units, and the state subject is cyber and security, right? It's not a national thing. So one particular state would have a cyber criminal sitting and he would be attacking another state. So one state police has to go to another state. And there is so much of coordination and loophole, and by that time, the cyber criminal gets away. So you need a specialized force nationally which is responsible for taking care of cyber crime. You need a
Very
body
good
like a
point.
CBI, NIA, you need a force like the Enforcement Directorate, which is looking at cyber criminals because there are plenty who can be
Yeah.
arrested
Yeah. Mr.
because
Vijay
they're taking
Shankar.
crores.
Yeah, Vijay Shankar, Mr. Vijay Shankar, do you agree? Because I'm going to, like what Mr. Gaur said, I'm going to actually, read out some statistics for you and also for the audiences. You spoke about the help number. Now it received apparently 1,48,865 calls in 2024. But only 20,000 FIRs were registered. Forget about resolution of cases. FIRs 20,000. So the point is, because we live in a digital age, unless we have, like Kanish says, a kind of a dedicated force to take care of these crimes, nothing will happen. I think this is a reality, a danger, a war which is staring us in the face, Mr. Vijay Shankar.
I agree. See, there is a need for a basic change in our jurisprudence or cybercrime justice system. As Mr. Gaur said correctly, we need a police force which is pan, say, India, so that the persons cannot run away from one place to another place. This is one thing. So, like CBI, we want a central agency which has to take care of cybercrimes. But immediately we will jump into the area of constitutionality, that law enforcement is the in the state list. But what we need to remember is cyberspace is not a physical space like Karnataka or something like that.